Rising Group began its journey in 1997 as a very small apparel manufacturing and export unit, having only 120 sewing machines in a rented building in Mirpur, Dhaka. Now, it operates from its own 3 complexes spread across Mirpur, Ashulia and Manikganj. Vertically integrated, Rising Group is now a leading manufacturer and exporter of apparel, yarn and knit fabrics. Dedicated and experienced, committed young professionals at mid-level management having a leading edge in merchandising and marketing are just a few of the major success factors of Rising Group. Its management knows what international market requires from a manufacturing partner. Rising Group provides one-stop services for spinning, knitting, dyeing and finishing, stitching, printing, washing, packaging, as well as button and thread manufacturing. All of its premises ensure necessary safety measures. It is successfully Accord Alliance certified and is approved for building structural integrity. Firefighting preparation and practices are of international standards. It has full-length water hydrant system. Drill is conducted regularly to keep its people trained and ready to respond to any emergency evacuation call in case of fire, earthquake and bomb threat, etc. if at all. Its electrical safety is of world standard. As well, it has global standard environment-friendly practices rendered with WTP facility and BOD type effluent treatment plant ETP as required by the local laws and international standards. However, all premises of Rising are backed with gas and fuel oil burn power supply system fully capable of meeting the group's demand for power. In Manikganj, Rising owns 2 spinning mills having 66,240 ring spindles and 1,800 rotors, ideally installed on a floor space of 295,000 square feet. Using high-quality raw materials like 100% cotton, organic cotton, CMIA cotton, viscose and modal, Rising manufactures 1,000 metric tons of ring spun and 200 metric tons of open end of both knit and woven yarns per month. Brand name is Rising. Count of ring spun yarns in carded, combed and slub ranges from 20 by 1 to 40 by 1. In open end, across the varieties, the count ranges from 10 by 1 to 20 by 1. At present, Rising has an aggregate floor space of 30,500 square feet for knitting. Most sophisticated circular knitting machines from Taiwan are installed here. However, another 15,000 square feet of space is under quick development as knitting floor with brand new knitting machines. In its dyeing finishing facility, Rising has the most modern machinery lines for knit fabrics, dyeing and finishing that range from tubular to open width finishing. It can dye about 14 tons of fabrics a day. Its finishing capacity now is about 20 tons of open fabrics and 6 tons of tube fabrics per day. To ensure dyeing and finishing qualities, its sophisticated lab plays a very important role. It is equipped with spectrophotometer, infrared lab dyeing machines, sample drying machine, wash-cutter wash fastness machine, crock meter, perspiration fastness machine, piling tester, stretch and recovery testing machine, pH tester and some other important testing machineries. Rising is capable of doing all kinds of light and heavy washes. About 10,000 pieces of garments are washed here every day. Fabrics that are produced here include lycra fake denim, mesh fabrics, mesh waffle, 60 by 40 CVC burnout fabrics, Lycra SJ crepe fabrics, flat back drop rib, bird's eye peak, baby terry, variegated rib 2x1 rib with or without Lycra, Lycra twill, look terry, lock terry, etc. In the same premise, Rising has got some other facilities as well. It has a sewing thread manufacturing facility here. Rising conducts all kinds of screen printing in this premise. Here, it manufactures all kinds of plastic logo and non-logo buttons as well. Rising produces corrugated cartons of all kinds as per its buyer's requirements. Among them, 2 units having about 110,000 square feet of floor space produce woven items. Starting with fabric cutting, woven floors are purpose-built. Production process principally conforms to lean practices. Rising has all the necessary machines and devices on its sewing and finishing spaces and in the packaging enclosure as well. The other 3 units, having 190,000 square feet of floor space, produce knit apparel, sophisticately laid out with the futuristic concept of industrial engineering. As applied in woven division, it has all necessary machinery, including specialized ones. Its knit floors too virtually conform to lean protocols. To maintain its high standard of quality in its products, however, Rising acts to achieve AQL 1.5 to 2.5. While checking for quality, some of what Rising men invariably care for include overall look, right formation, feel and fall, physical properties, color fastness, finishing properties, and final presentation of the garments, etc. In woven categories, Rising produces men's and boys' shirts, hoodies, jackets, boxer shorts and pajamas, and ladies' blouse and shirts, blazer and dresses. In knit, it produces all kinds of kids' items, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, tank tops and pajamas. On average, increasing by 10% each year over the previous years since long, Rising exported apparel and yarn worth about $107 million in the fiscal year 2013-2014. Export is projected to rise further soon, as it has strengthened its backward linkage vigorously. World-renowned apparel buyers grace the clientele of Rising Group. In the USA market, some of them are Aeropostale, Li & Fung, Michael Kors, Target and Walmart. In the Europe market, Rising works for Inditex, Zara, Bershka, Kiabi, Primark and Mavi. In the Australian market, Fast Future Brands Limited, Valley Girl, Miru, Kmart, Coles and Pretty Girl are a few among them. And for the Canadian market, Rising works with Walmart now. About 7,000 persons are working with Rising Group at present. Rising is their second home, committed to conducting its business in accordance with the high standard of ethics, human rights and compliance. Rising abides by all applicable laws and conventions. And therefore, Rising Group views factory compliances as means of high standard of industrial relations and positive productive factors instead. So Rising has no child labor or forced labor. It has no form of harassment, abuse or discrimination among people working here. Women's rights are upheld accordingly. Wages and benefits are on time. Working hours and day off are maintained according to the ILO conventions. Workers enjoy freedom of association. Health and safety measures are not only in compliance with the local laws, it is more stringent than that also. Besides, it conforms to customs compliance. For excellent compliance practices, it has won certificates from its valued customers. Its third-party factory evaluators are BSCI, Bureau Veritas, Elevate, Levelworks, Intertech Testing Services, SGS and RAP, etc. Rising Group has corporate social responsibility (CSR) programs as well. Its CSR activities have a special focus on education and allowances for the local communities living in the vicinity of its factory premises and in many other parts of the country. It offers educational stipends for the students and remuneration for the school teachers. It reaches out to helping people affected by natural disasters. Rising helps establish and develop educational institutions as well as religious and social establishments. Rising provides monthly or yearly financial packages to 250 old-aged people and 300 freedom fighters every year. It organizes STD and HIV/AIDS prevention awareness programs regularly at its factory premises. Yes, Rising View's development is sustained through shared and responsible approaches.